I hope you also traded the NFP last week, Friday. I want to confirm if you can hear me from your own end. If you can hear me from your own end, just come down to the chat box and type loud and clear. If you can hear me from your own end, just type loud and clear. It's already 8:01. Let's see if we can start the class in the next 5 or 10 minutes. If you can hear me from your own end, just come down to the chat box and type loud and clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This Zoom user. Okay. It's obvious you can hear me. So let this number push up a little. We just have the numbers are not much. Let's see if the participants in this class can increase to a reasonable number before we kickstart the class fully. By 10:08, let's give them 7 minutes or 6 minutes to join this class. This is 10:02 already. 10:08, we will, I mean 8:08, sorry, 8:08, we will start the class fully. 8:08, we will start the class fully. So we don't have to repeat what we have said before. Like I said earlier, my name is Samuel Okeke, your instructor for today's class. Thank you very much. So good morning, everyone. Like I said earlier, if you can hear me from your own end, just type loud and clear on the chat box. My name is Okeke Samuel, your instructor for today's class, for today's analysis, if I'll use that. It's another time to analyze the market, see possible opportunities in the market, how you can take advantage of it and make money for yourself. I actually made good money last week when NFP came out. It was a big opportunity for me. And we can also make big one this week because there are numerous news coming out this week. Looking at the chart, you wake up on a beautiful Monday morning and you said, I want to make some money in this market today. Maybe Mr. Abiola or Mr. Denuga Dolapo wakes up in the morning and said, oh, it's a beautiful Monday morning. Let me see if I can make some few amount of money in the market today. The first thing you should do is look at the primary driver of the market, which is more like the news or the fundamental. And I remind you that today is Monday, January 8th, and there is a high impact news that's going to be released for the Swiss zone. It's called the Consumer Price Index month over month. And it's going to be released by 8:30 a.m. The CPI, as it's usually called, measures the average change in the price of goods and services being purchased by an average consumer over a given period of time. It could be quarterly or monthly or yearly. But for the Swiss zone, that's Swiss franc, or for Switzerland zone, it's CPI month over month. May I also remind you that CPI is going to be released for the Japanese zone, that's for the yen zone, that's tomorrow by 12:30. CPI is one big news that drives the market. And the biggest of all is on Wednesday, CPI month over month, CPI year over year, unemployment claim is going to be released. Sorry, on Thursday, it's going to be released for the US zone. Every client, every trader, every analyst is always looking forward for the US zone. But that does not mean that the Swiss zone does not drive the market. It's also drives the market. So if you are gained, let's see if you will make money from it this morning. So it's 8:30. It's going to be released by 8:30. So if you are placing a trade or you're on a running trade on USD CHF or any of the CHF pairs, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes like the eagle eye. So, or you close any possible trade, or you partial close any trade, or you position yourself to trade it by 8:30. So I want to believe everyone can hear me from their own end. Okay, Mr. Okpara Ephraim, it's clear now. Thank you very much. So let's look at the chart. That's the only high impact news coming out for Monday morning, January 8th. CPI month over month. CPI month over month. So Mr. Okpara Ephraim wakes up on Monday morning and said, oh, I want to trade before the news is being released. The first thing you should do is look at the USD IDX. The USD IDX measures the strength of the United States dollar against a basket of 6 most traded currency globally. So it measures the strength of the USD against maybe GBP, against CAD, against the Euro, against the Japanese yen, against the Swiss franc also. So it measures how strong is the United States dollar against all these pairs. And if you look at it on a higher time frame, look at USD IDX. Ever since USD IDX hit this verified support on my 4 hours time frame, forming a bullish piercing candlestick. Don't mind me. These are my candlesticks. These are an indicator that names the candlestick. If you don't have it, they are very lovely indicators. So it formed a bullish piercing candlestick, also giving me an indication that I should enter a buy trade. Ever since then, it has been bullish. So going back to my 1 hour time frame, as you can see, USD IDX has been overall, it has been on an upward trend. So this is where it formed a bullish piercing candlestick on my 4 hours, and on my 1 hour time frame, it formed a bullish engulfing candlestick. And if you also look at the news that came out last week, which is the NFP, they said it came out modestly above expectation, modestly, which means that traders and analysts were actually expecting a massive difference in the job data report. It came out at, I think, 200 and something, and the expectation was 170. Let's confirm that. Oh, okay. Sorry for that. So the job data report that came out last week came out modestly above expectation. So which means that analysts and traders were actually expecting that the difference will be more. So the level of volatility will be massive. But it actually went in favor of the dollar, and then we saw a major retracement immediately. So not too long, we saw a retracement on USD, on the strength of the US dollar after the news or the reports came out. But bear in mind that CPI is going to be released this week. So if you look at USD IDX now, this is on my 1 hour time frame. If you take a very good look at it, it has been bullish. And even on my currency meter, the USD has not been entirely strong. It is currently on the weakest on my currency meter. It's on 33%, and you can see it fell down to this weak support before pushing back up. But if you take a proper look at it, it has been, struggling around this zone. Can you see that? It has been struggling around that zone. You can see ever since that report came out, we saw retracement, and it has been struggling around this zone. So you need to trade cautiously, looking at the fact that the dollar has not been entirely strong. You can see. So let's look at Euro USD first. Euro USD. Now, if you have been following our class very well, you will notice that one of the biggest challenge that clients usually face is when to enter a buy trade and when to enter a sell trade, as well as when to exit their buy trade and when to exit their sell trade. That shows you, or that tells you, you need to have an entry and an exit strategy when it comes to trading this market. Now, if you take a very good look at this particular instrument called Euro USD, I mean, this particular pair called Euro USD, on my 4 hours time frame, it fell to this verified support. My indicator told me that, Sam, you need to enter a buy trade, which I did not enter. I did not take note of it, which means that I also need to wait for price to fall down to that place, and I'll see another indicator for a buy. I don't know if you understand. This is for my long-term traders. Remember that the dollar has not been entirely strong, like I said earlier on. So I usually say that waiting is also a strategy. Waiting is also a strategy. You can see, let me connect these lows together on my higher time frame. Let me try to connect it. You can see, it's clearly telling me that peradventure, if price falls down to this verified support, and there is also a trend line around that support region, which makes that area a very strong area of confluence for rejecting of bearish pressure, while bullish pressure will take over the market. So if price can fall down here, I'm looking forward to entering a buy trade for Euro USD. This is on my H4 time frame. Now, this is my indicator pointing for a buy, my verified support pointing for me to enter a buy. That's one of the conditions to enter a buy trade. Enter a buy trade when price is on a support. Enter a buy trade, Mr. Elijah. I hope you can hear me. Enter a buy trade when price is on a support. So I'm expecting that if I see a bearish candlestick that falls to this place, I hope you can see what I'm showing you. If I see a bearish candlestick fall to here, and I see another bullish candlestick that is formed after it, something like this, a green candlestick. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So then I will enter a buy. Especially when I see my indicator tell me that this is a bullish confirmation candlestick around here, then I'll enter a buy trade. So I'm waiting for something like this to happen. And this is actually H4. So, sorry. This is the green candlestick. And if I see a red candlestick formed after the green candlestick around this support region, then I will enter a buy trade. I hope we all understood that this is actually for my H4 trader. That's for my long-term traders who are looking at staying long in the market, or leaving the trade or leaving the trade open for a long time. Then you can wait for this to happen. Clearly, this is what I'm expecting to see before I enter a buy trade. Now, if I go back to my H1 time frame, I'm more of a H1 trader, a day trader actually. I'm also waiting for what I said on my daily time frame to happen. I mean, on my H4 time frame to happen on my H1. If price can fall down to this support region, then I will enter a buy. I'm looking forward to a possible buy on Euro USD. Oh, I don't know what happened. This is going now. Good. Sorry for that. So if price fall down to that trend line and that support region on my H4, then I will enter a possible buy trade. I hope we are together on that. Okay, let me try to connect these lows together. Okay, so I hope we all understood that. I hope we all understood that. Okay, thank you very much. So I don't need you to just jump into any trade, bearing in mind that there's a news coming out by 8:30. We might see the effect on it, though it's coming out for the CHF zone. But that does not mean that you not see some volatility around other pairs too. So I'm expecting price to fall down to this support region, and my trend line is also there for rejecting of bearish pressure. So I'm looking at setting a buy limit here, a buy limit around this support region. You can also set it for my hourly trader or my day trader. You can set your buy limit around this 1.08810. 1.08810. If price can fall down here, I'm very sure that it will push back up. Looking at the fact that the dollar has not been entirely strong. Are we together? Can I continue? Okay. Somebody is dropping a question. Okay, thank you very much. I'm on AUDJPY, but the trade is okay. USDJPY. Okay, let's see USDJPY before we go back to our USDCHF. USDJPY. This USDJPY on 4 hours time frame. I don't need to remind you that whenever you want to enter a trade, you look at the strength of that currency, then you carry out your top-down analysis or your multiple time frame analysis by looking at the chart from a broader perspective, like a higher time frame, to determine what trade you should go into on your lower time frame. So looking at USDJPY on H4 time frame, it formed a candlestick on this week resistance. You can see it formed a candlestick on this week resistance that looks like a shooting star. You can see, let me try to zoom out a little. looks like a shooting star with a bearish confirmation, and it has been pushing downward. Now let's look at the overall trend. Let's look at the overall trend. Now, ever since USD/JPY hit this proven resistance, that was since November last year, it has been bearish. Then it came back to hit this untested support towards 26th, 27th of December, and it pushed back up. But it has not broken above the last lower high. You know, a downtrend consists of lower lows and lower highs. It has not been able to break above this point. And if you also look at it very well, it has formed a very good candlestick that looks like a shooting star around this weak resistance. So you don't want to trade against the trend. You can only say that the trend has changed if it has broken above, or the market structure has changed if it has broken above the last lower high. But it hasn't broken above the last lower high. So I will be looking forward to a possible selling opportunity. And looking at the fact that it formed this bearish reversal candlestick on my weak resistance, then I will be looking forward to going bearish. So coming back to my H1 time frame, that's actually for my H4 time frame. Coming back to my H1 time frame, let me try to shrink the chart a little. Okay, I know some of us are eyeing the CHF news that is going to be released in the next 6 minutes. So we'll go for an instant order on that. If you are looking at trading it, let's look at USD CHF, but that will be in the next 6 minutes. That will be in the next 6 minutes. Oh, actually 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So this is USD/JPY. Like I said earlier on, it came down to this on weak resistance, and it formed a bearish reversal candlestick, and it's currently struggling around the zone. For long-term traders, they can be, you know, look forward to a possible sell. But if you're an hourly trader, or you don't want to stay too long in the market, just wait for, let me add this my indicator. I think I like this. I like seeing this on it. If this particular candlestick closes bullish, and it gives me a bullish reversal candlestick, then I'll enter a possible buy for USD CHF. That will be for a short time. I wouldn't want to stay too long on this particular instrument. Looking at the fact that the Japanese yen and the USD, the strengths, they're almost the same. USD is on 64% and 63%, and I mean, Japanese yen is on 63% and USD is on 49%. So I need to wait to see a bullish reversal candlestick before I enter a possible buy for USD CHF. So if you're looking forward to entering a buy, just hold on. Let this candlestick close in the next 1 hour. That will be by 9 o'clock. Then you can enter a possible buy trade. Scalpers can take advantage of the little moves there. You can see, for scalpers who are like my 15 minutes trader, they can just, you know, let me try to zoom out a little so you see this very well. Scalpers can take advantage of the temporal move in the market. The USD CHF just formed a candlestick around this particular zone, and it's currently on my lower band. So you can take advantage of this short buy. Don't stay too long on that particular trade. There is a rejection around this zone. You can see price has been struggling to break here, and it is currently trying to push up. You can also see that the middle band is impeding price from going up. So don't stay too long on this particular trade if you are looking forward to entering a buy. But for my 1 hour trader, you can wait till 9 o'clock. If you see a bullish reversal candlestick on that support zone, then you can enter a buy. So let's quickly go to CHF, USD CHF. Then we'll look at the news. It's going to be released in the next 3 minutes. So the new, this is CHF. You can see we have less than 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes, the news will be released. It said if actual result comes out greater than the forecasted report results, then it is good for currency. So if we see maybe 0.1 is good. If you see anything lesser than 0.1, you know, minus 0.2 is lesser than minus 0.1. So you should bear that in mind. Yes, on USD CHF. On USD CHF. So if the report comes out green, if the report comes out green for USD CHF, that will be a sell trade. I hope you know that. That is good for CHF because CHF is the quote currency. If it comes out green, that will be a sell. If it comes out red, that will be a buy. If it comes out red, that's bad for CHF, which means good for USD. That will be a buy. So let's go back to our charts. Keep your eyes peeled. This USD CHF, and the report will be out soon. If it comes out green, that's good for CHF. That would be a sell. If it comes out red, that's bad for CHF. That's a buy. I hope you are together. So we are going for an instant order. Some of us are positioned. Sell, that's a sell trade. That's a sell trade. That's a sell trade. Don't stay too long on that trade. That's a sell trade. And the difference is not much. That's a sell trade. That's a sell trade. Don't stay too long on the trade. The difference is not much, but it came out good for CHF. That's a sell trade. That's a sell trade. If you see small money, just leave the market. You don't need to stay too long on that trade. The actual did not completely come out very great. I'm currently on a profit as I'm talking to you. I'm currently on a profit. I'm currently on a profit as we are talking. You should be closing your trade now. I'm currently on a profit as we speak. I've closed my trade on a profit. I don't know about you. I'm currently on a profit. I've actually closed my trade. I said the difference did not come out much. So I just entered on small lot size. It's just small. Who traded the news? Who traded the news? Everybody is so serious. Nobody is responding. Who traded the news? You can see now it came out greater than the forecasted. 0.0 is greater than minus 0.1. That's good for the CHF. That is a sell trade. I hope you understood that. If you don't understand what I just said now, actual came out greater than forecast. CHF is the quote currency. The news came out good for the quote currency. That is a sell. I think I explained that before. If you don't understand some of these things, please ensure you come for our class. You made 25K. Thank you very much, Pastor Luke. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I made small profits. I make 344 naira. Mr. Moruf Belov. Thumbs up for you. I give you thumbs up. Beautiful. Mr. Pastor Luke, remember that on Thursday there is CPI. We can also make this money together. Congratulations, sir. Mr. Jerry made 10K. Amazing. On your real account, beautiful. That's good. So let's move. But it's not a matter of making this money. I need you to understand why the market actually sold. You understand? 0.0 is greater than minus 0.1 for mathematics. You know now. After 0 minus 0.1, you start seeing 0. Then after 0, you start seeing 0.1, positive 0.1, positive 0.2. So the news came out, 0 is greater than minus 0.1. That is good for CHF. That means that USD CHF will sell. Good for CHF. That is a fall in price. I hope you all understood that. Amazing. I'm so glad that Pastor Luke made 25K. Oh, Mr. Zoom user made 800. Mrs. Omafaye made 87K. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. Let's move. Let's move. So you don't need to stay in the trade for so long. I usually say this. I don't believe when you are trading news, you need to stay there forever. If you've made your money, just leave the trade within the shortest possible time. Good. You can see it's not a massive move, but with the little move, you can make as much money. I don't stay more than 2 minutes or 1 minute on a trade whenever I'm trading news. Don't mind me. That's my strategy. That being said, let's go back to our charts. Let's go straight to gold before we go back to indices. Yes, this is gold. I hope I'm sharing my screen. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Hope you can see my screen. Good. So this is gold on my H4 time frame. This is gold on my H4 time frame. And as you can see, if you notice very well, I need you to learn how to draw some of these trend lines and how to mark support zones and resistance zone on your chart. Especially if you're using your phone, you're able to see some of these support zones and resistance zone. If you're using your laptop, it means that you're eligible to this indicator. If you have a funded account, the support and resistance template. If you don't have it, speak to me, chat me up, or speak to your account manager. I'll be willing to be of help. So if you notice gold on your H4 time frame, look at it. Mr. Gold hits the support region. What happened? It went back up. Mr. Gold hits this support region. It went back up. Mr. Gold hit this support region. It went back up. If Mr. Gold can come down to this support region, that support region is not just an insignificant support region. It's a very strong support region. Even though it's a weak support, there is a trend line that is supporting price around that particular point, making it a strong area of confluence for supporting bullish momentum. Even though the trend is upward, you remember the principle of trading is the trend is your friend till the end. You should trade with the trend. So since price is coming close to that trend line and that support zone, I will be looking forward to a possible buying opportunity. A possible buying opportunity. So I shrink my chart before. I have removed it from shrinking. So I'm expecting something like this that I'm seeing here. If it can really happen here, then I will enter a buy trade. Bearing in mind that price has been rejected here in the past. That was in December, and price is coming back to that same region to retest that place. So I'll be looking forward to a possible buying opportunity around that zone. So the zone I marked on my H4, where is it? It is a verified support. Oh, I'm losing connection. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me from your own end? I hope you all can hear me. If you can hear me, just type web. Don't mind me, I was losing connection, so I want to confirm if everyone can hear me. Just type web, okay? Okay, thank you very much. So I'm waiting for price to fall down to this verified support before I enter a buy trade. I remember I told you that waiting is a strategy. So why can't Mr. Ephraim wait for price to fall down to this support region? Maybe in the next 1 hour or in the next 30 minutes, if price can fall down to this support region, I'm of the opinion that there will be a rejection of bearish pressure around this point, then I'll enter a buy. Now, if Mr. Ephraim or Mr. Dolapo cannot wait, there is a type of pending order called buy limits. Buy limits. Buy limits, which means you're expecting that price will do this. Look at what I'm expecting price to do. If price can do this, fall down to here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yes, I'm expecting if price can fall down to this region, and I'm expecting a change in market direction. You should start doing this. Sorry. You should start doing this for me. You should start going back up. So if I can't wait, most time if I can't wait, or maybe I'm busy, I'm going for a meeting, I set my trap in the market. Oh, I can't be monitoring the chart for price to fall down. I know price will go back up here. But why can't I set a trap here that if price can fall down to this region, pick a buy for me and start going back up? It is called a buy limit order. I hope you all understood that. These are some of the things we do in our CFTP class. Please try or ensure you attend some of these classes. It's really helpful. Remember Thursday CPI, you can make more money. This money we make today. Somebody make 500, somebody make 200, somebody make 24K. That's more money in this market. CPI is coming up on Thursday. If you don't have your account funded, please try and fund your account so we can cash out big. It's a beautiful year. Let's recover the money we spent during December. So that is that for gold. This is actually my preference. I'm waiting for a buy limit around 2015, 2016.80. 2016.80, that's a very strong psychological level. 2016.80, that is the point for my buy. 2016.80, you can see it's a whole number, is a strong psychological level, rejection of bearish pressure, opportunity for buyers to take charge of the market. Good. You can see that support zone is not anyhow support zone. It's a verified support zone. So there will be a rejection there. I tell you, for free. When is the CFTP class? Mr. Peter Odedino. Our CFTP class holds in all our physical offices from Mondays to Friday. You are free to enter, provided you have a funded account. We also have a funded account. You can join our morning class by 10 a.m. Every Mondays and Tuesdays is another CFTP class. You'll be taught some of these candlesticks. Anything you need to know about trading, our classes holds in the morning by 10 a.m. Mondays and Tuesdays. And from Tuesdays to Friday by 6 p.m. Make out time to join these classes. It will really change your trading style for this year. Yes, that said, if you're a scalper, you know who scalpers are now. Scalpers don't stay too long in the market. A scalper will say, oh, Sam, you said we should enter a buy trade if price fall down to that support region. But scalpers is going to look at it on a 15 minutes time frame. Oh, it is forming a bearish candlestick around this resistance region. And I can see that if you look at it very well, Mr. Odedino, if you're a scalper, you notice something. What do you notice? Price formed, there had been rejection. I went up, I got rejected. I went up, I got rejected. I went up, I formed an inverted hammer, like a shooting star. I'm going back down. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm around there too. And it's forming like a red and a green candlestick on a resistance region. So scalpers can take advantage of a short sell if this candle close by 8:45. I don't need to remind you that this is 15 minutes, right? Scalpers trade every 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay. Your TP, you should be looking at closing before this rejection point. So for scalpers, enter a sell trade if this candle closes in the next 3 minutes. Look forward to exiting the trade before it gets here. You can see I hope you understand. That's for gold trader. That's for gold trader. If it closes bearish in the next 3 minutes, you can enter a short sell. You should be looking forward to exiting the trade before it gets to 20, 40, 34. Bearing in mind that it sold down here and it came back up, and it sold down here and it came back up. So these are scalpers. Scalpers don't even stay too long. You don't even need to wait for it to get there. You can always exit your trade before you get there. That said, what instrument should we be looking at now? Somebody mentioned US 100. Someone mentioned US 100. What instrument should you be looking at? Oh, okay. You said the TP for the buy I mentioned. I didn't mention an instant buy. Remember, for gold, I said a buy limit. So if it picks my buy here, let me even set it. If it picks my buy here, that's a buy limit. Buy limit. Let me set a buy limit here. What price did I call it? 2016.80. I think I remember that. 2016. Is it 80? I said 2016.80. Okay, let's use 2016.80. Okay, I'll use 201700. 201700 is fine too. 2017 1700. Good. Buy limit, take my profit. Where? That's for good actually. 2029. 2029. 2028.89. Good profit. 2020. 2029. What price is that? I want to look for where should I put the take profit? Sorry, there was a little glitch in network. I want to believe you all can hear me. Apologies for that. These things happen. So let's go to, I think I mentioned my take profit for that buy limit for the gold. I said 1700 for my buy limit, and my take profit is 20. I think I mentioned it before the network misbehaved. So I'll hand over to my colleague. I'll hand over to my colleague to take the indices. But let's see AUD USD before he takes over. Let's see AUD USD before he takes over. I was speaking to a client the other day and he said, "Oh, Sam, I made some money on NFP, but thank God I exited the trade before the retracement started because it was modestly above expectation." Immediately we saw the news coming out good for dollar. We saw an immediate retracement in less than 6-7 minutes. I said, you don't even need to trade news and stay forever on that particular trade now. When you make your money, you exited the trade, you exit the trade. You're not the owner of the market. Yes. And he said, I have learned. I would have made more, but thank God I exited. Or else I would have lost my money. I said, fine, you are learning. Bear in mind that Thursday is CPI. Please don't make such mistake. If you make the money, leave the trade within the shortest possible time. AUD USD on my 4 hours time frame, what do you see, Mr. Dolapo? So if I'm looking at AUD on a higher time frame, basically I don't need to look at the whole this thing, the overall. I'm looking at the recent swing. The recent swing basically has been bearish. Look at from here. Look at that here. I don't my circle here, just this zone. You can see the recent swing has been bearish. But if you look at it from a daily time frame, you say maybe the trend is bullish, but you don't look at it that way. If you want to determine the trend, only check the recent swing on a higher time frame. The recent swing has been bearish, which means that you should be looking forward to a possible selling opportunities compared to a buying opportunity. So this is H4. This is H4. Coming back to my H1, H1 is more like my day trader. I don't plan on staying too long on the trade. I just want to leave the trade for at least a day. Some of us are scalpers actually. So don't mind me. Let me just draw my trend line. I'm so used to trend line. Let me add some indicators on my screen. Reduce the thickness. You should know how to draw some of these things. It will help your ministry as a trader. So let me pull it back. Okay, that's good. H1. This is my H1 time frame. I'm looking forward to a possible selling opportunity if price can push up here, or I set my sell limit on that verified resistance. That verified resistance is a very good zone to enter a sell trade. You can see that this verified resistance is a very good zone to enter a sell trade. I still believe that a dollar will still gain strength before the close of business today, and that will automatically lead to a USD JPY selling. If dollar gains strength, I hope you know that USD JPY will sell. AUD USD will sell. AUD is the base currency, while USD is the quote currency. So if dollar becomes strong, AUD USD will sell. So why the rush? Why not wait for a little push on the market up to this verified resistance? Then you enter your sell trade. One of my biggest traders will say they made more profits in this market using the limit order. If you don't know how to use the limit order, you are dulling. No, you are really dulling. The limit order, there are beautiful traps in the market where you can use those order and set trap in the market, and when price gets there, you'll see rejection of pressures, bullish pressure or bearish pressure. So I'm looking forward to setting a sell limit here. Sorry, let me do that. This is sell limit. Sell limit 0.67806, 0.67806, 0.67806. Sell limit. 0.67806. Good. Let me first set it first. Sell limit. Then I'll take my profit where at the rejection point, 0.67058. Price is struggling around that point. 670.50. 670.50. 60. 0.670. 60. 670. Okay, 670. Okay, good. I've set my sell limit here. I've set my sell limit here. Let me adjust my take profit a bit. No. Okay, that's here. Let me adjust my entry price to here. Good. So good. So I've set my sell limit for AUDUSD. If price trades up to this verified resistance, I'm looking forward to a sell. It will not trigger until price gets there. So let's go to indices. Somebody is asking a question. We have a few minutes left. I made over 300K on 40K account with the limit order. Congratulations, Mr. Jeremiah Omafai. In less than 2 weeks. Thumbs up for you. 3 gbosas for you. Gbosa, gbosa, gbosa. That's lovely. You grew an account of 40K to 300K using the limit order. See, these are some of the things you learn when you come to our classes. The limit order has been so beautiful. You just see those rejection zones and you just set your trap there. Yes, I like to hear news like this. Limits are awesome. Go and look at it on the comment section. If you are part of this class, you understand what I'm talking about. That said, so I've set my limit order. It will not trigger until price gets there, actually. And that's what I do oftentimes because I'm usually busy taking class. So I set my traps in the market. I don't know about you. I don't know how busy you are, but limit order are lovely. US 100. For indices traders, oh, I like them. Don't mind me. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me take away all this. Let me take away all this. So this is US 100, and US 100 is an index. If some of us that love trading indices are lovely when it comes to trade. You don't trade indices with or some of these instruments with 50,000. No, just like you don't do that. You want to blow that account. No, don't do that. If you are trading indices, just try and have at least 400,000 or at least 500,000. It's fine. So you don't trade being tensed. You are relaxed. You are not apprehensive. You are just relaxed and you are making money from it. So this is USD. This is US 100 on my let's say 4 hours time frame. Let's connect the lows together. Now, bearing in mind, for me, you would have said the recent swing on US 100 has been bearish. The recent swing on US 100 has been bearish, which means that you should be looking forward to a possible selling opportunity because the trend is your friend till the end. But one of the conditions to enter a buy is one, I don't want to start my normal CFTP class. This CFTP class holds every Mondays and Tuesday by 10 a.m. Speak to your account manager. One of the biggest conditions to entering a buy is enter a buy when price is on a support. Enter a buy after a breakout and retest of a resistance that has turned to a support. Look at it. What happened there? Price was resisted there on my H4. Do you see that? And price was able to break above the resistance and it came back around here, which means that even though the trend is bearish, for a long-term trade, I would say the overall trend, the recent swing has been bearish. I will be looking forward to a sell. But a short-term trader, like a day trader that wants to be making money in the next 3 hours, 4 hours, or in the next 24 hours, he would say, oh, price has broken above a resistance before and is coming back to retest that resistance, which means that this place is also a possible support. My trend line is supporting price to go back up. So I'll be looking forward to a short move for the bulls. Make money with the bulls and exit the market before the bears take over. So what do you do? If you look at it on H1, look at it again. The trend line I drew on my H4, you can see there will be a little rejection of a small rejection of bearish pressure when price falls down to this trend line. So I'm looking forward to a possible buy. And if you come down to my 30 minutes time frame, come and see. If you come back to my 30 minutes time frame and I apply my zigzag, hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Good. So if I apply my zigzag, you notice something. Sorry for taking much time. We'll wrap up the class. We needed to trade that news. That was what took our time. For those who are just joining the class, sorry. It's well. So this is US 100 on my 30 minutes time frame. And what do you see? You can see so if you notice very well, if you look at US 100, it has formed a particular chart pattern called an inverse head and shoulder. An inverse head and shoulder. This is the head, this is shoulder, and this is shoulder. Somebody will say, oh, these things are too much. This forest is not hard. Just attend our classes. This is a head, this is a shoulder, and this is a shoulder. So I'm looking forward to another retest of this last shoulder. If I turn myself upside down, my head will be down and my two shoulders will be up. You can see it has formed it, has respected it, and I'm looking forward to a possible retest of this last shoulder. If it can come down here to retest the shoulder, I can take advantage of the short buy, or if it comes down to test this trend line, I can take advantage of the short buy. But this is what I'm expecting to see. This is what I'm waiting for. If it can fall to this point, I hope you can see what I'm showing you. If it can fall to this point and I see a bearish candlestick around there, then I'll take advantage of the buy. The buy. You can see you need to take advantage of the buy, which means that you need to see a bullish reversal candlestick around here. That's why I like this indicator, this particular indicator I use. It tells me the candlestick automatically. And whenever I see those candlesticks, I will just take advantage of it. Look at it. It's called the index price action. So if price can fall down to that point, that trend line I marked before, then I can take advantage of my buy trade for US 100. So you can see, remember, I marked my trend line like this. I connected these lows together. So I said if price can fall down to this trend line, bearing in mind that that trend line has been rejecting price in the past. So I told you that it formed an inverse head and shoulder on my 30 minutes time frame, and I'm waiting for a possible retest. That is where we are going to be wrapping up today's class. I hope you all understood that. And this my indicator will always tell me when to enter my buy, you know, very lovely. My bullish engulfing, Sam enter buy, Sam enter buy. And this is where I'm expecting that to happen again. H4, here's the trend line. Can't find it again, okay? So if I connect these lows together, you see what I'm talking about. Look at it. You can see. Beautiful, beautiful. When I see things like this, it gives me joy. So I believe we were able to get something from today's class. I want to believe that. I'm waiting for price to fall down to that support zone before I enter a buy trade on USDJPY. I mean, on US 100, sorry. So if it can fall down to anywhere around there, maybe about to this untested support or this week's support, I will go for a buy. A buy. What time is the afternoon class? I think 2:30. The morning class is 10 a.m. Please, can we have the indicator? Speak to your account manager. Speak to your account manager that you need to have the index price action. I think you need to fund at least, you need to have like some amount of money in your account. I think 600K for you to have this indicator. It names the candlesticks and gives you indication to enter either a buy or a sell. You can see the arrows beneath. Buy, Sam, buy, Sam, buy, Sam.
And when you need to also enter a sell, you see the arrows pointing downward, naming the candlestick. You can see this is a dark cloud cover. This is a bullish engulfing. This is a bullish harami. Very lovely. Thank you very much. This is where we're going to be wrapping up today's class. Ensure you fund your account to prepare yourself for Thursday. CPI is going to be dropping on Thursday. You don't want to trade it with small volume. Let's make it big, just like we made it big today. My name is Okeke Samuel, Mr. Muyide Kenny. My name is Okeke Samuel, your instructor for today's class. I wish you all a profitable trading day. Thank you very much. Let's do this again tomorrow by 8 a.m. We are going to be trading and we're going to be analyzing the market again. If you have friends that have had ugly experience or unfavorable experience in their trading journey in this market, tell them 2024 will be a beautiful year. So let's look at making it big. Join our morning classes and we'll see how it goes. You're going to be smiling to the bank. Don't worry. Thank you very much. Have a profitable trading day. My name is Okeke Samuel.